First off, what you want to do is look at the pump. This is the main menu. You'll hit OK at this point. Scroll down to where it says prime/rewind. You'll hit OK. Scroll up to the first field of rewind. Hit enter or OK and then go rewind. This will begin the rewind, and from there we'll go to step 2. It will stop on its own.
We have 4 steps. We set it up in the pump, the insulin, the site, and the master cell.
The next step, you open the cartridge packet, and there's 4 items in there. You're going to want to take the blue handle and insert it in the cartridge, and you'll feel it stick. At that point, you slowly make the push the blue handle forward and back. This will lubricate the inside of the cartridge. There's a lubricant on this black seal. You do it twice. After the second time, you want to pull it back just past the 1.0. That means 100 units. Once it's there, we're going to screw on the needle counterclockwise clockwise with the cap on, and then stop. Next, we're going to load the insulin, but first, this small little plastic piece, you can discard that. Now take the cap, protective cap, off the needle, and then we tip the bottle upside down to draw it. But you first insert the needle with your just over 1.0 units with air in there. Insert the needle in the rubber. You push in the amount you're going to take out. So we've pushed in a little over 100 units of insulin. And you keep your finger on the blue plunger, push down, tip the whole thing up. At that point, you begin to draw out just over 1.0 units. Now you want to make sure that there's no air bubbles in there. You can go back and forth a couple times until you get all the air bubbles out. It's okay to have a few small champagne bubbles, but nothing large. So I've pulled it back to just over the 1.0 mark. At that point, you can pull it out from the insulin bottle, and then we recap the needle, and then at this point you can take the whole needle off, screw it counterclockwise, and then be very careful, and you can take the blue plunger handle off. You pinch and pull, and it releases. At that point, we're done with step 2. Now step 3, we can start to put a few things away so we don't get confused, like the insulin bottle, the blue plunger handle, and the needle with the protective cap we can put aside. Now we're going to move to loading the pump, which holds the insulin with the insulin we just drew. At this point, you know, unwrap the infusion set and unwind the
tape. I'll throw that away.
The cord that attaches to Olivia. Get it all the way unwound, and it's only about 1.5 feet. So now it's okay to go to the pump, unscrew the blue rubber cap, and pull the whole old insulin cartridge out. And you're going to have to unscrew, going counterclockwise, the string to the cartridge to get that black cap. Now the old string and the old cartridge you can set aside, and we will basically rethread the black rubber cap. Now we take the insulin we just drew into the cartridge and screw the new infusion set string on clockwise till it's finger tight, not overly tight, but just about finger tight, and it's ready to be pushed in the pump itself. There's a black rubber seal around the cartridge that if you push semi-hard, you'll feel it click in, you'll feel it seal up tight. At that point, we want to screw the black rubber cap on, finger tight, not overly tight, and that's step 3. Step 4, the pump has probably gone to sleep, so you need to wake it up by pressing a button. Once it's woken up, go to the main menu by pressing OK again, and we're going to scroll down to the Prime Rewind tab again and press OK. Now you can see we've already done the rewind. That box is blackened in, so now we need to load the cartridge. We loaded it with our finger. Now we need to tell the pump to load it as well. Pressing OK a couple times, and it will start to load the cartridge itself. It says please wait. Once the cartridge is in and is loaded, a new menu will come up with it saying Prime at the top and the button the word continue highlighted. We need to hit OK, and now we need to prime the pump, which means get enough insulin through the string itself to the end of the string, which is altogether about 12 units of insulin. Now the word Go Prime is highlighted. We need to hit OK and hold it down at this point, and we need to only have one drop come out the needle. So you always hold the needle upside down while pressing Go Prime on the pump. At this point, it's now, once you've got it all done primed, you can take the adhesive tab and start to unwind it to reveal the adhesive, and also take off the blue sheath that covers the catheter needle. You'll also feel two smooth areas of the infusion set and two rough areas. What you want to do is hold the two rough areas and begin to pull the infusion set back, and it will cock, it will click. Once it's cocked and loaded, ready to be spring action to go forward into Olivia's body. At that point, step 3 is over. Now, Olivia knows pretty much how to do this next part, but we'll show you anyways. This is Mastisol. It's basically a sticky adhesive that we open up the black cap, get a Q-tip, and just kind of saturate one end of the Q-tip, and then it's ready to put on Olivia's body. Take the Q-tip with the Mastisol on it, and this time we're doing it in Olivia's buns. So we're just making a kind of a small circle area where we're gonna put the site. So what we got to do is kind of blow on it, let it dry for 30 seconds. There's a small dimple in the rim of the infusion set that you want to be able to put the string in there, so that when you press it on to her site, to her skin, it's flush with the skin. So now, once it's flush and the string is out to the side, you pinch the smooth, the two smooth sides of the infusion set. At that point, it's spring loaded and will go right into her skin. You usually push the string down, hold the string down with one finger, and go ahead and pinch where you had pulled back the infusion set to pull the unit out. And at that point, just make sure that the adhesive stuck and the site's in. The very last step is to fill cannula, and probably the pump's gone to sleep by this time. We need to wake it up by pressing a button, and at the main menu, hit OK again, continue down to Prime/Rewind, and you'll see the box Fill Cannula at the very bottom. Number 4 there is yet to be completed. And all the cannula is that small needle portion that went into her body. We need to fill that with 0.30 units of insulin. So scrolling up, hitting OK, and we then cursor up 0.30. Once we have 0.30, hit OK. Go, the word Go is highlighted. Hit OK again, and it just delivered 0.30 units into the cannula. And this completes the site change.